Hi, welcome. I'm Mary and I hook books. I crochet things inspired by books, mostly science fiction, horror, mystery thriller, couple other genres sprinkled in. And today is day 5 of Winterween. This is going to be a little update video. So I bought this crocheter lap pillow to keep my arms at a more ergonomic angle and maybe keep my deltoids from getting so tight. Unfortunately, Mr. Money has realized that it is basically like a kitty-sized memory foam mattress. And he can lay on Mama's chest for the warmth, but his butt gets to be super comfy.
You melt the ice behind my stone cold eyes. I turn to ashes, but only just sometimes. Inhale your smoke, but you still act surprised. It's not my fault when we end up capsized. You call me crazy now, but you don't understand. I'm calling out to you. Can you hear a thing? 'Cause you lit the match that ignites the flame. I'm the TNT, but you're the spark to blame, and it's fire.
I was sitting there. You're right. Everywhere is your chair.
Burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire. Heat that melts us down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame, and it's fire. Burning holes inside my brain. Fire.
You Killed Me First by John Mars. Very good. I really enjoyed about 95% of what this did. At one point, it did feel like maybe there's too many twists, like, hold back a little bit. But it did just keep me like, where's my popcorn? You know, like, let's just keep going. And the chapters are so short. Almost every chapter has some sort of reveal and ends on a cliffhanger, so you just do not want to put it down. It may have had like one or two too many twists in there. I was getting a little bit of twist fatigue, but I mean, you couldn't put it down because you didn't know what was coming next. And none of them were too far out of the realm of believability. And there was one little thing that they did about like mental health that I was like, it's literally like one sentence in the beginning of the book, but it always just annoys me when books do that. So not a 5-star, but like a solid 4.5 probably. I also got my Winterween shirt in the mail, so that's fun. I am poor, but like I do spend my money in ways that will bring me joy, and it's a very comfy shirt that I will wear all the time, and it supports a person that I like their content. So I am very justifying to myself why I spend money on this, but do what brings you joy in life, really, right? And I realize I haven't really shown you like a big view of what this looks like so far. I think it's turning out great so far, even though I dropped 2 stitches on every side. Crochet is very forgiving like that. We'll make it up later.
Fire. just want you to feel the way I feel inside. I'm reaching out for help, you got me in a riptide. You call me crazy now, but you don't understand. I'm calling out to you, can you hear a thing?
Last night before bed, I got a short story. Yeah, I wouldn't really call it a novella, probably just a short story. It's like 32 pages or about half an hour on the audiobook from Bram Stoker. Like the Bram Stoker, who did actually write more than Dracula. There was another one I read from him that was like a circus troupe on a train or something, and that was okay. This one is Invisible Giants, and when I was in college, I would have dissected this, eaten it alive, like gone through all the symbolism and thought it was so deep. But me now, in just everyday regular world, I'm like, wasn't bad. Then I started Bitten, given to me so graciously by my barista, and he really likes romantasy. I am not that into it, but he was like, no girl, it is so good, you gotta try it. I am not big on a lot of these tropes, like high fantasy, courts and lords. I can do werewolves if they're done well, but I am going in, trying with an open mind, and so far I am actually pretty pleasantly surprised, but I think that's because my expectations are so low. I do really like the banter between the main character and a lot of the other side characters. Like the queen, I mean, I guess she is the queen, is a little info dumpy, like a little like, let's wedge some exposition into this dialogue and make it a little awkward, shall we? But like, it's good, at least it's organic. It's not, and once upon a time there were werewolves and fairies, and so it's better than that. So, and I think this is a debut, so for a debut I'm actually really impressed. And I do really appreciate that I am now 20% into the book, and there's a big emphasis on the friendship between the two teenage girl characters. So I do really appreciate that, because friendship is not emphasized nearly enough in books, especially in romance. So that is the update for day 6 of Winterween.
Cause you lit the match, it ignites the flame. I'm the TNT, but you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire, heat that melts us down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain.
Today we went full goblin mode and, change out of your bed PJs, get into your couch PJs. It was great. I love having 2 days off. They're not in a row, but like having 2 days off in 1 week, I am living for it. It may or may not continue depending what my day job does, but it has been so nice. And I got so much done. I have not yet finished Bitten. I do bet that I can finish it before I go to work tomorrow. So this might be like day 5, 6, 7 plus. But I was not, these are not my tropes. But, I was giving it a chance, and for what it is, I was like, this is pretty good. And especially being a debut, I'm very impressed. And my cats discovered each other again. I I got to, I want to say like 30%, and they introduced kind of like a magical school element, and not my trope, so that is not my favorite part. But we just introduced a mystery, and I am all about this mystery. So I am actually really digging it now. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I can't make my barista coffee, like crochet them extra stuff this year. But I am enjoying this so much more than I thought. So hopefully I will finish it tomorrow morning before I go to work. I do go in late on Friday and Saturday, so it almost feels like I have an extra day off. So we shall see. But so much better than I thought. And I will put some videos of the blanket. It is coming along nicely. This pattern has 10 parts to it. I'm on part 7, but I just ran out of yarn, and technically it's the end of Winterween. So I'm debating whether I want to finish it or just finish it off here. Let me know what you think in the comments, if I should keep going. What I have took 4 skeins. I have just like the tiniest bit left over. So, I don't know. Oh! Chaos.
Change my fate, yeah, please just blow this flame away, and I hold on for rainy days. It feels like a decade, just please come and save me. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Feel the fire, heat that melts us down again. Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame. And it's fire, burning holes inside my brain. Fire,
I may have been a little overly optimistic about how long it would take me to finish this book, but Libby, the library app, did come through for me. I was able to get the audiobook so I could finish it while I was driving, and the audiobook actually has a bonus chapter, which is really cool. I cannot believe that I liked this book. I had written off all of Romantasy, but I have been proven wrong, and I actually kind of love when that happens. I liked the banter between the characters. It took me a while to get into it, but when they introduced like a mystery, I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. And I really like that the primary motivation for the character, the main character, is her friend and not a boy. Like, I appreciate that so much. So, yeah, I think like 3.5 stars. I may pick up the next book when it comes out. So, thank you to my wonderful barista for shoving this at me with my coffee. I hope you had a wonderful Winterween, and I hope you are taking care of yourself. I know there's supposed to be a big storm coming up. Which, the world is on fire, so maybe that's what we need. I don't know. We're just all doing our best. Remember to take care of yourself, because you can't take care of others for very long without taking care of yourself first. Drink some water, eat some veggies, take a nap, and as always, keep your head up, shoulders back, and breathe.